And we are live. I am Rational Outlaw. I am your host of RNN Live. Hold on for just a second here. Let me just share something really quickly. We've gone on to a few different topics.
Okay, your microphone might be picking a little bit.
Okay, I'll try to turn it down even more.
Because now we're hearing you suck up your drink.
Anyways, now why don't we have our guests introduce themselves, starting from the bottom.
Hello, my name is Steel Fang, and if y'all have been a part of this YouTube channel for a while, you know my opinion, so I'm going to be very careful with how I word things.
Well, he's definitely put us all on the FBI list, that's for sure.
You as well.
No.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Next guest.
No.
Yes, Infinity.
What are you, school children?
But,
we can't hear
how
you.
low did you put your settings? Because we can't hear you at all.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, sorry, I'm getting used to this microphone. I'm borrowing it. Anyway, yeah, hey, it feels great to be back, guys. A lot of shit has happened in the last fucking 3 months we haven't done a stream. My God.
Oh, yeah. Very true.
Now, I'm certain that other than Rational, I'm the only one that isn't on the FBI's top priority. It's a competition between these two, Z and Steel.
Well, we all know Outlaw cannot be on the list.
Why can't I?
Oh, you know why.
You're
Are
too
you
much
talking
of a
about my mother?
pansy.
He pays taxes. Leave him alone.
No, his mother is a Fed.
Oh, she's a former Fed.
There is no such thing as a former Fed, just like how there's no such thing as a former Marine.
The question is she a good witch or a bad witch?
No, she's a good one.
Okay.
She got out because she was getting pressured to do stuff she didn't want to do.
Ah, yeah, so she is one of the good ones. Awesome. I mean, it sucks that they're weeding out the good ones. And speaking of feds, who believes that the FBI is right now cleaning all the evidence? Getting rid of all the evidence.
To what exactly?
To the can I say that word? The ASS.
Okay, we've literally said the N-word and had Jewish conspiracy theories. I mean, if we haven't get canceled now, I don't know what the hell will. I mean, unless if one of you are a pedophile, I think
well,
we're okay.
If we want to raise the bar to try to get this channel banned, we might as well start an open slave auction. That's a Middle Eastern nation I want to get rid of.
Yeah.
Anyways,
well, what I was referring to is the assassination. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word because you know how YouTube
Well, I'm
is.
pretty sure you can get around it if you can say it as like loud noisemakers.
Attempted life ending.
Attempted unaliving.
The new terminology that it basically has been made with YouTube with the what was it called? Unaliving. I really hate that term. I really do.
Yeah, because you cannot say suicide.
Well, the funny thing. Yeah, the funny thing about YouTube, though, is that they say you can't use all these words, and then I see all these YouTubers using other words, and you get... So they're essentially still talking about the same thing. They're just using different words, like the forever box.
Well, yeah, you know, when a Deadpool joke has become reality.
Yeah, like, for example, years ago, Cinemassacre and his Angry Video Game Nerd. I forgot the exact episode it was.
We have our other guests. By the way, our guests still haven't finished introducing themselves. So what's up?
No, what? I thought I introduced
Yeah, no, he did. Yeah,
okay,
he did. I didn't introduce. But I'm the co-host. Pay me money to make model kits. Otherwise, my current fiance cannot afford me.
Anyway, now we have Darkon, so he can introduce himself.
What's up, everybody? Long time no see. It's been quite a while. I mean, even though I never was an often guest on this program, but thanks for having me, Rational Outlaw.
Yeah, we're glad to have you.
And I guess to give a further introduction, I do political stuff, not as often as before, but still, on my channel that is named specifically The Dark Conservatarian. If you search that up and narrow the filter down to channels, then you shouldn't miss it. Otherwise, funnily enough, in recent years, whenever I search my own name, apparently the algorithm keeps on picking up black conservative perspective. Like I'm just drowned out in the algorithm, in the search algorithm by him and his content.
Well,
That's
to
typical.
To be fair, at the moment, YouTube/Google's search results are absolutely terrible.
They've been
One
terrible
way
for
that you can
years.
get around it is if you search. I forgot how it exactly, but something with search / before insert year to get certain results.
Jeez. What was the name of your channel again?
Mine,
Yeah.
it's The Dark Conservatarian. Last word spelled CONSERVATARIN. IAN. So combining the words conservative and libertarian together.
Okay.
Oh, I was wondering if for a second there if my internet cut out because it went totally blink silent for a second there.
Oh no,
Same on my end.
I had to mute Putza because his mic was picking up everything.
Yeah, stop
used to.
drinking on mic.
No, he's just using a different mic, so it's picking up everything. Anyways, now for those who, I guess, sorry for the not so streaming very much. I've been really busy lately with my new job and stuff. I'm getting.
You're not the only one.
Anyways, now we have breaking news with the fact that it's just come out today, and
Yep.
is that President Joe Biden has decided to drop out of the 2024 presidential race.
Whoopee.
When's the last time that a presidential incumbent president has decided not to run again for a second term?
I do not know. I'd really have to actually look that up if there is.
It at least have to be Calvin Coolidge, but then again, I also have to wonder, could have LBJ technically run for a second full term since his first term was technically just a finishing up of JFK's first term?
I don't remember the exact details
I think
of how
so,
that goes.
considering. No. Did FDR run for 2 terms? Not FDR, what's his name? The one after him, his vice president. Fuck. Truman.
Truman? Yeah, that'd be another guy who served 1 and a partial term, just like LBJ.
I don't know, so I can't say whether.
Well, let's see what it says over here. President Joe Biden drops out of 2024 presidential race. Biden, after a 5-decade career, faced a reckoning over his age and his ability to defeat Trump. He endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris as his party faces a historic effort to replace him. Honestly, it's not that hard to replace him. Like, someone unironically made the joke that, what's his name? Jimmy Carter could run for re-election because he only did 1 term.
Yeah.
And I've seen an interview with Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter is old as fuck, but he's still more competent than Joe Biden.
Yep,
Wow.
that's so true.
I still
Not
love
hard to replace him.
I still love the fact that that Joe Biden is so old he's not doing it.
Wow. Loud
Fuck
background
that
noise all of a
was
sudden.
that?
I guess never mind.
Just say it again, Outlaw.
I was saying that I just find it funny that Joe Biden is so old that he's not even a boomer.
Yeah, he's technically silent generation.
All right, I'm going to try it without it. Is this a little better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, a little.
Yeah, Jimmy Carter is 99 years old, almost 100. He'll be 100 by October 1st, actually, because his birth year was 24 of last century.
Yeah, I mean,
Peanut Man.
the funny thing is he's probably still more coherent than Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's literally what I just said. There's an interview out there where he is very clearly more competent than Joe Biden.
Okay, we have a comment here from series. Donald Trump is the great white hope. I don't know what he means by great white hope, but okay.
I don't know. Probably.
Let's try not to think too much about that. Now, let's do something a bit more serious. What do we think about Kamala Harris as president?
That would
Well-
be an absolute insult to all females.
I mean, that would seriously be a disaster for female and male relationships.
I mean, out of all the intelligent females out there in America, and you have the first female president, the one who is a complete moron who sucked her way to the top.
Well, to be fair, she's also afraid to go south.
Well,
No, she's not. She gets on her knees all the time.
That's not the south I meant.
well,
anyway,
Great to
no,
campaign in the South.
No, basically, as far as I understand, she's never gone to any of the southern states, especially anywhere with the border issue. She just absolutely seems to refuse to go there.
That's what I thought. That's what my question was about.
Okay, real quick.
If I have to say my opinion, on Kamala Harris, I would unironically say that Hillary Clinton would be a better choice.
Okay, so going back real quick, so what I've read, it looks like a vice president can be president for 2 terms. Because it says nothing about anything about the vice president. So I guess...
So what you're saying is if they complete a term, if they finish a term because the actual president left/died, then that's not counted as a proper term?
Yeah. Well, no. Well, it doesn't say that. It just says, it just talks about the presidency. The president cannot be elected more than 2 terms.
Cannot be elected 2 terms, but if they're finishing off like their predecessor's term, then that's a case of them not being elected. Technically, it's I mean, except for as vice president. Instead, they're inheriting the office.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so
theoretically, we could have an elected monarchy if we just kept electing the same guy's family.
Well, essentially, that's what's happening.
Well,
I mean, it started with George
dynasty.
Bush. Yeah, the Bush dynasty.
Now I'm gonna have to look that up. Like, is there? I heard that that was taboo, but I did not know of whether or not that was actually illegal. That more than 2 people of the same last name and family heritage can be president.
Well, there's no legal law from what I am.
Yeah, like Bush Senior.
I would say it's
and
frowned
Bush
upon.
Although the
Jr.
Bushes are only the second family to do that.
Really, who's the first?
Roosevelt's.
Really, Teddy and Theodore? Or
no, not the Roosevelts. It's
Harrison.
I think it was Thomas Jefferson and then his son.
Oh no, it was the Adams. You're right. John Adams and John Quincy.
John Adams, that's what it was.
And then what's his face? Harrison, and then Benjamin Harrison, and then Teddy Roosevelt, and
I don't think the Roosevelts are related, if I recall.
They're distant cousins.
I don't think that counts. I'm talking about like father and son kind of thing.
Okay.
I was your brother's uncle, cousin's roommate.
Which that means what?
Absolutely nothing.
That sounds like me trying to figure out the first wedding I went to.
I have a question.
I tried to figure out with the groom/husband afterwards how we're related, and we didn't figure it out.
Oh, jeez. Well,
it's a lot of family loopholes.
A question for everyone. Now, let's say it's put into law that a individual's family, like close relatives, aren't allowed to run for president. But how far do you think that should go? Like, only their children can't run for president, but their grandchildren can? Or does it have to be like their great-great-grandchildren? What's the limit if we put that into law?
Well, I would prefer.
I don't see the real necessity because we've only had only a couple of families like that. For the most part, it's been different, different people or different families each time. So it's.
Yeah. I mean, as long as the 2-term is respected, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. But then again, this would also have to be the scenario of the United States existing for over 1,000 years, like the Roman Republic and then Empire existed.
Yeah. So you all would be all right if, say, Donald Trump was president, and then it was one of his kids, and then one of their kids, or should there be a limit?
I don't really care, to be honest.
If they're just that fucking great, then no.
I mean,
that's a good point.
It depends on the
although I do
beliefs from a political belief standpoint, but still.
I mean, they're elected.
I do have to say, conceptually, for the future.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, conceptually, for the future, I fear the future that there's going to be with Baron Trump.
Yeah,
you don't like Baron
he
Trump?
Is no, I like him. I just fear for what he's going to do to his enemies because he has a long list.
Baron's his youngest, right?
What?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Baron
just recently turned 18.
Prepubescent.
He's the tall one.
Okay.
I don't think he's been prepubescent for quite a few years now.
Okay, never mind. He's 18, although he might as well still be in the midst of puberty, especially looking at his face and whatnot.
Yeah.
He's legal, boys.
Oh,
no.
I'm just kidding.
No.
No. That's the thing I hate about
Hey, I wasn't going there. I wasn't making...
Okay, now you're definitely going to be on the FBI.
Sorry. Oh.
Just no.
All right, let's move on. So
that was kind of gross. Not gonna lie, I think I just lost my brunch right there.
Oh, jeez.
All right,
I mean, isn't that what a lot of different men say a similar thing about when certain female celebrities become 18?
Yeah, the twins. What were they called again?
Mary-Kate and Ashley?
Yeah, Mary-Kate and Ashley. Yeah, everyone. I thought that they were hideous. I don't know why every guy was like super into them. They were like anorexic, and that's disgusting to me.
Well, the chicks from
Mary-Kate and Ashley, who?
More attracted to them.
I guess that's a little too old for Darkon.
Wait, how old is Darkon?
Hey, I'm the same age as you, Rash. What the heck you talking about?
Well, I don't know how you don't know them.
How old is Darkon?
From Full House?
I'm 29, all right?
Actually, you're younger than Outlaw.
I'm younger than you thought?
No, he's saying you're younger than me.
No, well, only by a few months.
When do you turn 30?
December.
Ah.
You should remember, dude, you were on my birthday stream from back in 2019.
That's several years ago.
Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Yeah,
I mean,
the Olsen twins. That's right.
It was a few years ago, but man, I still remember some of the dialogue from that, going on about how apparently me, you, and Trucker, and Cat Chat, one of my subscribers, were all the same age that day. I mean, there's a differentiation of months, but still.
Anyways,
yeah,
but
I'm definitely glad. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of on mixed feelings about him dropping out.
To be honest, I was kind of thinking that it was a possibility, but I was still thinking he wasn't going to.
I mean, I have been following his mental and physical decline for months now. I'm just kind of surprised.
Been following it for years.
Sooner. Yeah.
Oh, I've known that he's been like. Well, I think we all know that he's been like this since
his running for presidency.
Yeah,
guys, please, for the love of God, listen to me.
Yes.
Robin Williams was making joke about his mental decline. Robin Williams has been dead for 10 years now. That should put things into perspective for all of you.
God damn.
That's true. Well, I think he was making
gonna have
fun
to
of
find that clip
him
now.
being a pathological liar. I think that's what he was making fun of.
Well, the guy
Did
still
you want
would
to
have
show
been
Robin Williams
71.
with about Joe Biden thing?
I'm trying to find the exact clip. I think it was more that he was joking about Joe Biden's forgetful nature.
Well, that's a nice way of saying he's a pathological liar.
I mean, is everybody who's forgetful pathologically lying?
No,
If
we're
they're
not.
a politician, yes.
What exactly are we talking about?
Maybe.
Joe Biden. Well,
I know. I was joking about the pathological.
he
lie.
lied. He lied
reason
about.
why-
No, Rambling Joe. That was his whole
Oh,
shtick.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't that sound like it?
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound like. But he has lied about a lot of his past. Like he said that he was top of his class. That was a lie. That.
okay.
I
So
got the
he's
clip
dropped
up.
out of the
clip?
presidential race,
Okay.
but he hasn't.
I think it's the clip at least. I just got a short because the other one.
Yes, he's
But
dropping.
no, we still have comedy, though. We still have great comedy out there. There's always rambling Joe Biden. What the fuck? Joe says shit that even people with Tourette's go, no. No. What is going on?
Oh, Jesus.
Joe is like your uncle who's on a new drug and hasn't got the dosage right. I'm proud to work with Barack America. He's not a superhero, you idiot. Come here. When FDR was on television, there was no TV back then. Come here, Joe. Sit down.
Yeah, that's about him lying now, isn't it? No. Oh boy. When was this again?
Yeah, what he's referring to definitely are ramblings, where he like
Yeah,
mixes
that's
or scrambles words.
2009 from the HBO special Weapons
Yeah.
of Self-Destruction.
Wow.
But he has actually lied about things. Like he says something.
I'm not denying that
and
he's lied
people
about
have-
things. I was just saying that the whole shtick of his jokes wasn't about him lying. It was about the fact that he's rambled.
He
and
was
he's not
rambling,
really
yeah.
gay.
Yeah, honestly, considering the stress of the job, I know he had several ice cream and small children's hair to sniff. It still must have been stressful for him.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
boy.
having shower time with 11-year-olds and what a fucking creep.
God. Well,
Anyways, any other thoughts about the dropout?
well, I mean, I'm surprised he's still alive. I mean, I'll give him some credit. Fuck. he's
Yeah,
still
I
alive.
honestly was expecting him to die within the 4 years.
No. Yeah, I mean, unlike Destiny.
Howdy, Uncle
I
Sam.
What about
mean,
Destiny?
I mean, unlike Destiny, I do have sympathy for some people, and well, fuck, he must have been elder abuse for quite some time.
Yeah, but to be fair, okay. So I have two speculations. Because Outlaw asked me, I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday. No, it was definitely yesterday. If he's going to drop out, and I was saying at this moment, it's not a matter of if he wants or will drops out. It's a matter of if Jill Biden will allow it. Because, oh boy, Jill Biden really wants the position of First Lady. That's all I'm going to say.
You know, every time
Here's
anyone
her
brings up
solution.
their
She
name,
should.
her name, Jill Biden, I keep thinking that they're saying Joe Biden. I wish that they would really pronounce Jill Biden. Sorry, I just pet peeve of mine.
Here's an option for her though. Convince Mr. Harris to divorce her, and she can marry Kamala.
That is technically correct.
Could be the first lesbian couple in the presidency.
Anyways, but yeah, the whole shit show that I've been hearing about Jill Biden, it does sound like that she's.
Well,
Let's just say she's not exactly in the same position as how Hillary was when Bill was in office, but she's definitely wants to keep the position. Like for example, one thing that I found a bit surprising is that she forced the U.S. Marine Corps band to make an anthem for her. which is the
Oh my
first ever
God.
time a first lady. But apparently, after harassing them for quite some time, they just
Wow.
gave her a half-assed version of the presidential anthem for her, and it's never been publicly sung. So
This is the most narcissistic first lady that we've ever had.
that
You
is
were
definitely
talking
it.
about Jill,
The more
or
concerning factor is
Michael?
that she. What?
Were you talking about Jill or Mike?
No, Jill.
Oh, okay.
But the more concerning factor of what Jill Biden has been trying to do, seemingly, is to ensure that no one, because she is that stereotypical person of it's doctor, it's not Mrs. or so on, it's doctor because she has a doctorate. The only issue is she keeps trying to pretend that that doctorate is medical, but that's a doctorate in English.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my God.
So yeah, and as far as I understand, she did try to do something to basically make it illegal to claim that, basically to try to make it to be claimed that it's what's not definition, defamation, if you point out that that doctorate is not a medical one.
Yeah. There's
So
always
yeah,
a joke, doctorate or doctor.
so yeah, I am legitimately curious as to what did they say to her to get rid of her position, because she definitely went down fighting, in my opinion. But on
Her and
a
Hunter.
side note of interest/embarrassment, I think it's not too surprising that they pulled him after what happened yesterday.
What happened
Well,
yesterday?
there's a
I can't
theory
remember.
that he didn't even get COVID. They just used this as an excuse to negotiate his exit, and they made his exit look good.
Yeah,
So
there's
What are
no
you talking
way.
about, COVID? That's not what I'm talking about at all.
No, Biden leaving the office, that the COVID was a cover up so he can save some sort of face.
It is a cover up because there's no way he could have gotten COVID because he'd gotten all of his boosters. And you all know that getting your boosters
Okay, I do
makes
not know
you
what.
completely invincible.
I'm a bit confused as to what you two are talking about at the moment. What I was referring to is that Joe Biden yesterday tried to kiss another woman, thinking that it was Jill.
Oh,
Jill
fuck.
was
Yeah,
standing
I've
right
seen
next to
images
her.
of that.
This was in front of everyone.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
I smell hair.
I heard this. I didn't see the footage. Do we have the footage?
Let me see if I can find it. I am a bit afraid to have a YouTube search result of Joe Biden tries to kiss.
He's tried kissing kids. So that's worse.
Now he sniffs them first.
I've seen a couple of times he's kissed them. What a creep. Fucking disgusting pervert.
I think this is it. Or what did I click? I think this is it. Let me just check.
Do you have it?
Oh yeah.
Can I show?
Yeah, it's not really much. This is heavily edited. Does anyone know who the hell the Express Tribune is? Are they reliable? So on.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, if they have this up, then they're probably right-winging.
Yeah, right?
Anyways, can you show it? I have it
Yeah,
up.
sure. I have it up. Are you gonna play it?
I have.
That's what I saw.
This is the.
Okay, so that's not kissing.
That's not as much as what other were claiming, but okay.
Yeah,
This is it.
yeah, that wasn't
You
kissing.
thought it was Joe. Their downfall is hilarious. All he kept following the woman in blue. Maybe they have to paint her in pink so he knows which.
Lady in
mean-
blonde hair.
Other than
Just have her wear an ugly rainbow suit, and then you'll follow her.
No, then he'll think that it's one of the gays.
well, something that
Oh, that's him touching a
was-
minor now. Okay.
I mean, the one thing I do know about Kamala before she became now vice president, well, A, she probably hasn't done a whole lot as vice president, and B, I heard that she was a ruthless prosecutor. Like,
Oh, ruthless is an understatement.
That's probably the biggest thing that is going to hold her back from actually being a winner against Trump. I wanted to say something like everybody going on about how she was one of the least likable of all the Democratic nominees back in 2020.
Yeah.
Nothing much has changed over the last 4 years, and so originally, I don't know of how that my opinion was at the time, but originally one could almost think that she would have had even less of a chance against Trump than that of Biden. That is up until the debate happened. That really shown of how mentally weak that Biden truly is, of how frail and all that that he is. So therefore, I think that they are actually increasing their chances at least a little bit instead of decreasing their chances by replacing him with Kamala Harris with the debate now in hindsight.
Yeah, I personally believe that Kamala Harris has a less of a chance than Joe Biden. Like,
well,
a
Even
lot
with
of
the
people
debate in
don't like.
hindsight.
there is a couple
Yeah.
things. This would be a scandalous. I mean, this is a dropout nomination for starters. That's not good optics. I mean, it can be done. I think Lyndon B. Johnson got elected, but that was like what, nearly fucking 60 years ago. Not only was that, there's her authoritarian career. She's also a mixture of every ethnicity and what's that? She's a woman, so in some places that unfortunately still would hurt her chances. Like, I don't think a lot of Arab voters would be, even though they do vote blue, would be rushing to vote for her. So,
I mean, yeah, granted, there are definitely Democrats who will bloat VOO no matter who.
yeah.
But I'm talking about the few Democrats that look at her and like, no.
You mentioned that it is kind of weird of how that there are like a lot of Arabs and Chinese people, at least of the more political class, I guess, who have a bigger problem with black people than white people.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the Democrats' coalition is that they essentially the two reasons, even though they're more culturally Republican, and I'm not trying to say Republicans, hate black people, but they vote for them because, well, Democrats give them good welfare deals, and there won't be any threats of deportation. So that's a good chunk of their coalition, literally right there. A good chunk of their coalitions is literally just held together just due to government subsidies and non-deportation. I mean, on the other hand, if you do look at the black vote, Trump has been doing historically well. I mean, it helps because he's been shot. He has a mugshot. He has 3 baby mamas. He has more street cred than Drake. So, but on the other hand,
that is a little bit of playing too much into racist stereotypes, but who knows? It might actually play.
Archon, have you seen the American statistics?
Yeah, I know. Racial identitarianism, even if people aren't very conscious about it, might still have some part about them that makes them want to vote a certain way or another.
On a serious note, I know Trump last election, he did poll historically well with minorities for the Republicans. I don't know if it's just something because it's Trump or if it's just something that's changing in general. That I don't know. And we'll have to see as time goes on.
It could be that it's just changing in general because of the. I think from my personal experience, anyways, more the freaks like not to say that gay people are gross or anything like that, but I'm talking about the LGBT activists. Yeah, whatever. But anyway, the LGBT activist types who make like a big fat statement about their sexuality to where that they want to dress in the most obnoxious of drag costumes. That more times is, from my experience, has been more white people than black people. So I think it might be almost safe to say that on a family kind of life level, that black people might be more conservative than white people as an average or as a median or whatever. So therefore, that might be what is turning off black people just ever so slowly about Democrats. Is the fact
I mean, they've also been failed
further away from the traditional family structure. What?
I mean, they also have been failing them for about 60 years now. I mean, all
Yeah,
the crime, poverty.
Everyone
like
has
that.
a limit.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they're finally getting sick of it. I agree with both of you, but yeah.
Well, not only was that, we have actually seen a large spike in Hispanic votes. In particularly in Texas, about 40% of Hispanics voted for Ted Cruz, and record numbers of Hispanics in Texas and in Florida voted for Trump. And particularly, that's why I don't think Texas is flipping anytime soon. Although that's still a possibility in future
God,
elections.
I hope not.
So we'll have to see.
I hope it stays red.
Mhm.
Oh my God, I hope it stays red.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fuck. We're fucked if that happens.
That's why I
I
always
just-
say that we should get rid of the whole winner-take-all system because I hate it.
Yeah,
Honestly, WWE wrestling match, I wouldn't be too.
I'm more of a either two possibilities. One, we can go something more of a by district voting, or we can go proportional voting, or something like a kind of like a proportional voting.
I don't know.
the vast
District
majority of
voting.
people in cities are stupid.
Yeah.
But I wonder if all the people that moved from California to Texas, I wonder if they are Republican, the vast majority of them, hopefully, or it's Democrats who learned their lesson and will vote.
Well, if you're talking about the
Republican
people
this
who
time.
moved from California, most of the people who moved out of California were Republican. In
Oh,
fact,
good.
I think some have said they're actually more conservative than a lot of the Republicans there in general.
Republicans who grew up in Texas and otherwise.
Yes, that they're more conservative than them.
I would say they would be more conservative in the cities. Because the cities are obviously straight blue.
And so you think that would harden a Republican who grows up in LA or San Fran?
Perhaps.
Maybe.
Anyways,
theoretically, that's possible.
I'm just going off of what people have claimed themselves, the people who've moved there.
Not that I'm asking you to dox yourself or anything, Rash, but give us like a rough guess of where it is that you live in California.
I can give you his address. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
I live in LA County. That's all you need to know.
Oh, damn. Well, okay, I guess in Rash's
as
case,
bad where he
it's not
lives.
always the case that a Republican living in the bluest of blue cities will make you extra hard against the left or anything.
Well, as I said, I live in LA County. LA County is a mix of stuff. It's mostly blue, yes, but it's mixed.
Right. I mean, my point was, you're not going like full on saying, oh, let's ban gay marriage or anything like that.
Well, no, I've never argued for that, especially since I want to get married.
Yeah. Sorry, was there a question there?
No, there wasn't a question.
Okay, it's
No, it
just
just
there was,
became
I
very
did not
awkward.
think I heard a question. It's just there was a long pause right there. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, the Democrats' vision of Republicans, that's a dying breed. That whole, we need to criminalize gays and
I mean,
we need to enforce the Bible, and no, that's a dying breed.
Even my mom,
sure?
who is pushing about 60, she was kind of like that back in the day. But even she's like, I mean, I still don't like it, but it's a waste of time, taxpayer dollars and shit, and we got bigger problems to focus on.
Yeah.
So,
Well, good for her, but I just end up seeing like the rise of different conservative commentators that at least go obsessing too much over the gay.
I think there's two or three different groups of conservatives groups growing. 2 or 3. One is the more the older boomers who are just maybe somewhat changing and they just don't care much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the, I think, much more progressive conservatives more could be considered them more, at least in the sense of
The
more
moderate
libertarian
or
ish.
libertarian-oriented conservatives.
Yeah, let's not use the word progressive and conservative together because that almost sounds oxymoronic.
Yeah, I know it sounds oxymoronic, but the more libertarian conservatives, and then there is the more new conservatives who have just gone, I think, are growing in disdain.
The John Doyles of the world.
The Andrew
Who's
Tate.
John Doyle?
You don't know who John Doyle is?
I might know him, but I don't recognize the name.
Yeah,
John Doyle is one guy who debated side by side with this one bitch named Lauren Witzke against Karl Boroshenko, who is a bitch in her own right too, and also Blair White. And Blair and Lauren, they were all trying to argue in favor of the idea of conservatives getting off the issue of gay rights and transgender issues, whereas Lauren Witzke and John Doyle, especially Lauren Witzke.
Oh, John Doyle, is that the guy who just came out
Heck
of
off,
nowhere?
commie. Yeah, heck off, commie.
Oh yeah, I don't like him.
somebody bring up his internet history.
Yeah, like it. All I know is he came out of nowhere when his channel blew up out of nowhere.
Yeah, it really blew up.
I think I've been spared from him. I don't think I've seen him yet. So
I do have one question since we're kind of on this subject. Like, there's one particular conservative who, for the longest time, was becoming like a progressively more and more libertarian-ish when it came to the issue of gay marriage, but almost seems to be walking it back a bit, and that'd be like Ben Shapiro. Like, is he like for now?
Like, he's never been for gay marriage, from what I know.
Yeah,
he had the stance in that one interview that he had with Dave Rubin back in 2016, saying he wants the government to get out of marriage.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he wants to get the government out of marriage, which I think.
But now it seems like he wants it back involved in marriage.
I don't know about that, but anyways, like regardless, I think the government kind of has to be involved because this is a contract between people. If you're talking about if we're talking about the in the sense of the religious aspect, then yeah, that's a little bit different. But when we're talking about marriage as an institution in the sense of how we have it now, it's more of a governmental kind of institution, not just a religious institution.
Yeah, it also has to do with not currency, but dealing with money.
Yes. And I think that's the issue where I have an issue with what Ben Shapiro said, because it doesn't make sense what he said, in my opinion.
Yeah, if it comes to you and God, yeah, that the government should be out of it. But when it comes to getting tax benefits or other various legal stuff that doesn't have to do with religion, then obviously the government has to get involved.
I mean, if it's a state matter and if they're marrying for state reasons, I don't care. I mean, as long as they're not forcing this upon the church.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have care whatsoever. I mean, if they're of age and of consenting, then I don't have a problem with, the marriage. I mean, other than certain legality reasons. I mean, divorce and everything.
I'm definitely in agreement of not forcing the church to do anything in regards of homosexuality, let alone homosexual marriage. And I'm definitely sympathetic. Well, actually, no, I cannot say that I'm sympathetic, but maybe I can sometime understand the whole argument about redefining marriage back to some classic definition as more tradcon types will like to go on about. But one position that I really cannot stand about tradcons is that they practically want to treat gay people as second-class citizens when it comes to marriage / legal union. They don't even want a legal union to happen between two.
Well, that's my concern, is because there's a growing group of the more radically, or I shouldn't say radically, but the basically what you call the tradcons, in the sense that they seem to be growing in their disdain, in the fact I think that some of them are growing in the more disdain that they want to go so far as to potentially make it, again, illegal for homosexual sex as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a couple reasons that I think there's some leaning bigotry towards the LGBT, which I mean, I don't like that Balkan Marxist term, but a lot of this can be tracked down to the time of Nero. If you know anything about the guy, he was quite a degenerate that did prosecute Christians. And I think a lot of that animosity through the West has continued over the years, kind of like how people do like throw the Jew into a stereotype. That's where a lot of that kind of came from. And the right, they're generally very Darwinistic, and I think the reason that they're cognitively against it is that they want to produce children, and a gay marriage doesn't produce children. And so optically, from a group survivalist point of view, they view them as a cancer cell, and they try to get rid of them they say it's disgust, which I don't believe. If you look at their porn history, I doubt it. But still, that's the reason why. That's the reason why I think these anti-elements exist. Now, there's also queer theory, which the more I study that, it's essentially just anything that isn't the norm. And the Marxists, they're deconstructionist, and they look at anything. They're very backwards view of what they think the West is. They'll look at any institution and try to deconstruct it, and they see heterosexuality as something itself, and the traditional marriage something as need to be destroyed. And so that's why you have the LGBT, even though it's just balkanization. It's just a way to deconstruct the norm. And so they have this weird-ass identitarian subgroup. And, fuck normal people who are gay. Everybody just represents them now. And so they use them as fear-baiting propaganda that these weirdos who looks like mutilated lesbian flags are coming for your children and all that. And so there's been a lot of growing propaganda over the years about that. So that's why I think this sort of fear exists amongst the right. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. That's my humble opinion, and we don't got 6 hours to go on it.
Yeah.
Anyway. I
Anyway.
weird as shit.
As I was also trying to say, is, as I said, I think there's 2 or 3 groups of the conservative types. And the one that I think that, as I said, is growing the most, at least seemingly, I don't know if it is actually, at least internet-wise it seems, is the disdain towards gays and towards gay people in general. And I can understand the disliking, but it's grown to into much more of an irrational disdain that what we've had in decades past.
Well, I think they're hating the gays because of the fact that so many gays have been shoving it down their throat.
Yes,
for
I
so
know
long.
That.
Okay.
But for example, the argumentation they come up with for certain things, it doesn't work. They use the bad argumentation that was used of past, like the argumentation of it isn't natural, which everything about our society isn't natural. It's one thing to, and the other argument they will use is against God. Well, the whole country, we don't go by law of the Bible. We go by law of the
Constitution.
Of the Constitution. We don't go off of the Bible as our law. Our whole system was set up in a way that we govern in a non-religious sense, where we have still religion, we celebrate religion. Like, I'm not saying we should get rid of religious symbolism in the government, which that's never been argued by the Constitution, and you can't have that. My only thing is you can't govern by religious law. You can only govern by what we know law. Mm-hmm. What is, in the sense of, I believe, what the founding set up was more to govern by what we know is morally right, that we can prove that can be morally right, or morally justified.
Well, the whole moral thing, that goes into down a rabbit hole, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Because some people say that homosexuality is immoral.
Is a sin?
Yeah.
Well, there are 2 kinds of conservative, in my opinion. If you look at conservatives as a social contract, as the way to preserve what we understand and what we know. Naturally, the way that the LGBT has presented itself, it is an alienization, and generally how the right responds to any abnormality is, well, they kind of chimp out. Like, for instance, when I was at a plumbing school, I essentially met a guy who was a fucking
what
crypto
school?
fascist. I graduated from plumbing.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for it, but I can finally get a real job. But anyway, not to
Yeah.
deviate.
Very excited.
sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. The guy was a
No,
crypto
no, no,
fascist.
no, no. I don't mind it. But anyway, what was my train of thought? Oh yeah, he was essentially a crypto fascist. He denied the Holocaust. He hated
Wait, what
women.
is it? Sorry,
He
I've
hated
never
women.
heard this term. Crypto fascist? So they're against cryptocurrency?
No, what-
or?
Well, hey, we're not talking about those who are.
He's basically saying he's a neo-Nazi.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we're not talking about
Crypto-fascist
the
meant
anti-Muskites.
I thought a crypto fascist meant an internet version of a fascist or
Oh,
something.
he probably is. I'm pretty fucking sure he gets all his opinions from Reddit.
Like if there is some kind of a differentiation between some boomer or type of fascist who barely goes on the internet versus a crypto fascist who spends a lot of the time on the internet and gets a lot of their influence for their fascistic political beliefs from the
He
internet.
certainly is. So the way to kind of describe him, everything to his country music, to the disgusting habits he gave himself, such as chew tobacco. All right. The one thing is, I think the guy's a virgin, despite being 24 years old. He comically hates women. He's willing to throw our country under the bus because he really fucking likes Hitler. He likes the one nut fucking socialist that fought a 3-front war he couldn't win. I mean, the one nut incest child. Anyway, he seems to piss on our country by denying everything that our soldiers found. I mean, the fucker killed about 1 million of us, and he will completely throw our country under the bus. And he'll claim to be a conservative. I mean, a Christian. Christian.
No, he sounds more like a liberal.
Yeah. He'll claim to be, a Christian. I act loving and forgiving. But there were some fucking homeless people, and he's fucking saying, lazy ass motherfuckers. They chose to be here and everything. He's the most unsympathetic to any human being I've ever seen. I mean, I got in a long debate to him, explain everything to no, I don't think the Jews are superhumans that are greater than the white race who manipulate every single fucking bank on earth. I think most of them are just normal people. And I had to explain to him, because you saw a video of the Soviet Union putting up deconstructing an internment camp. He essentially thinks that the entire Holocaust was set up by the Soviet Union. But anyway, I don't want to ramble about it.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to ramble about the guy's belief anyway, but the way that he is that he's just, if you look at everything that he is, he sees the left, and he's just trying to be the opposite of it. He at that point did not cease to be a human being. He ceased to be just an alternative to a very comically interpretation of the leftists. His humanity is gone. To the things he eats, to the shit he smokes, the way he thinks, it's just to be in opposition.
I'm going to have to disagree with you. I think that Democrats, even though that they say that they're more sympathetic and more open-minded,
well, no,
really
I never said anything about it. The point I'm trying to make is that this guy, he's just trying to be the opposite. And so, because
but ironically,
he's
doing the same thing.
Yes, I know. I mean,
leftist derangement syndrome.
Yeah. I'm not saying that at all. Trust me, I met a person named Zelda who's ironically the opposite of this guy, who thinks that we literally are the second coming of Hitler. I mean, despite our unimpressive kill counts, another reason why we're not. I mean, for God's sakes, you got to give the conservative movement a lot of credit. They have a lot more guns. They have a lot more police officers. They have a lot more people in the military. If we really were fascists, you would all be dead. No. I mean, but anyway.
Well, they're trying to weed them out in the military.
Yeah. But to try to get to a point, what I think that we are is that we look at, okay, take plumbing. Plumbing, in its Latin word, means lead. And if you know anything about lead pipes, you probably shouldn't use them because there's a good chance you'll get lead poisoning.
Yep.
And so what it's telling you is that what the things that you study, whether if it's any profession or not, it's a story of wisdom and collective knowledge. And I think that we look at history and everything, and we look at it through the lens of wisdom. When you look at a conservative, what they're trying to do is just preserve rather if it's good or not. And a conservative would look saying, well, fuck it. We used to use lead pipes. Lead pipes are great. Let's go back to using lead pipes before we all know we die of lead poisoning. And I think that's more or less what we are versus what they are, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I can definitely see that. Yeah, I'm definitely the kind of conservative who wants to conserve the good things and progress to, better things that aren't that good.
Yeah. No, that's the reason why I like you guys. I think I mean, even if we're wrong, we're trying to be right. And we put ourselves under a empirical lens, and we put our beliefs
better
to
way
the
to
test.
put it.
Yeah.
A better way to put it is whenever we are wrong, we correct ourselves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, we strive for truth. I mean, we strive to be better. We don't.
Mhm.
I mean, we're willing to be wrong, and that's not something that most people are willing to say. And that's a lot of people who are liberal and conservative. They won't ever try to do what we're doing, and that's the difference between us.
The only difference is I'm perfect in every way.
You're just
No, I'm just kidding.
You're just built differently.
Mom says I'm special.
No, you sound like you have a good mom.
But yeah, like back to the whole. Oh, we have a few things we have here. I guess I'll show some of everyone's comments.
Oh yeah.
Progressive conservatism does make sense, as I use that label to refer to people who used to be liberal on center left, but now align more with conservatism.
Yeah, let's see.
Gay marriage can produce children. If they do not, then why are there laws preventing gay couples from having kids?
Wait,
It's a joke.
oh, okay.
To me, freedom in the world for what? To me, freedom in the world for is not other people's jobs to tell people what to follow. It's up to them to follow God, and I'm saying that as a faithful guy myself.
Anyways,
Shoot, there was something.
one of the big things I know is like, for example, there's a growing disliking, at least on the online, is for disdain for surrogacy. That I've been seeing. It seems to grow, at least the online presence of the disdain.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. Yeah.
Whether that's actually growing or not, I can't say. I don't know if there's any polls that can come out, but I know there seems to be a growing disdain for it, especially for gay couples using it. My whole thing is when people try to make arguments against surrogacy, I don't think I've heard any good argument against it. The only best argument I could say, which still isn't really the best, is the fact that some eggs will be destroyed because of either they're not very healthy eggs and they might die or whatever, or they won't all be used, and so they'll probably be destroyed if they're not used. That's the best argument I've only heard against surrogacy. Like, for example, the main arguments I hear is, one, they say it's human trafficking, which is retarded.
Yeah, that is retarded. I've heard that one before.
It is absolutely retarded. And again, the other thing that often people will say, it's unnatural. Again, everything we do about our lives today is pretty much everything is unnatural.
Well, that's not a very good argument. But I do agree that that's not a very good argument that it's unnatural.
Anyways, the next best argument, but still there's no really good evidence to support it, is the fact, more so this has to do with gay couples having kids, is the parents need a mother or the parents need a father, which that there's more of an argument someone could make in the sense we don't have enough data to say one way or the other fully.
I would say that you would need, it's not exactly you need a mother and a father. You need a good cop and a bad cop in order to raise a kid properly.
Oh, yes, I would say so as myself, because I don't think you need to have someone, I don't think you need to have it in which you have only the mother and father or a male and female raise the child, because I think a man can act lovingly and kind and everything, and a woman can act very strong towards a child. It's just a matter of, I think the term is weird, but it's basically code switching in a sense. You're switching how you present yourself.
Yeah, you definitely need at least one of them to be, more nurturing, and the other one to be more stern and to teach them right from wrong and stuff like that.
I think or even one person personally can be both of those things, but
it's harder. It's a lot harder.
It's a lot harder, yes. But my whole thing is that I don't think the sex of the person matters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard this argument that only a mother can have that connection.
Yeah,
to the
that's
child.
the whole. A father can have the same connection. Can have the same connection. Is it perhaps more difficult? I would say yes, because a mother who's had to go through the process of childbirth and everything, and if they're breastfeeding, then yes, mother can have an easier time with having the connection, I think. But a father can have just as strong a connection. I think it's even scientifically can just have just as strong as connection.
And can't a person who isn't biologically their parent, can't they have a connection as well?
Yes, they can. And again, is it more difficult? Yes. But it's not that they can't have the same kind of connection.
And from what I've heard, a lot of people make the argument that no, if it isn't the biological parent, it's impossible to have that connection.
Anyways, the other argument, I will say, even if they go by that, another reason why the argument is bad, because even with the data we do have, that some of the data that says that gay parents aren't as good as the biological parents or male and female parents, the data, we can look at the data showing that it's still less, if we say, of the chance of the child being abused is still less likely than that of a man or woman having, or the child having a step parent. Is still less likely of a chance of a step parent abusing that child.
Yeah, as long as they have a healthy upbringing, I don't think it should really matter. Like, for example, I would much rather have a kid being raised by people who adopted them versus their drugged up, worthless parents.
Anyways, Darkon, did you have any thoughts? You there? He might have stepped out, I guess. Let's see if we have any comments in chat. Let's see. Disdain for surrogate is essentially either sexism or communism. I'm not sure about communism. I'm trying to think about sexism, what you mean by that. Are you saying because women would maybe want to get...
Sorry, I thought you said surgery. Surrogacy.
I'm just trying to understand a series, what he's trying to say with it being sexism or communism. I'm not quite sure I'm following on that. Let's see, we have another comment here. It sounds like Jurassic... Wait, what sounds like Jurassic Park?
I think we were talking about Biden at the time.
Or essentially growing it in a lab. Because...
Let's see, we have that is like saying sperm donation is human trafficking.
It's not wrong.
1 million people.
I kill millions of people every morning.
Fuck.
That's why we need a Porter.
This is getting worse.
Oh, jeez. Let's see, we have a comment here. Opposition to surrogacy is always sexism. There is basically no example of any argument in surrogacy that is not sexist in some ways. I'm still trying to figure out what you mean by it's sexist to not have surrogacy. I don't understand that. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. I don't. Does anyone else have an idea what he might be referring to that it might be sexist?
Well,
I don't want to stick my dick in pussy.
I don't think that's had to do with
I
it.
mean, well, I guess it
hate
kind of.
women. I don't want to stick my dick in that, but I still want a kid.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, the plumber fascist guy, he wouldn't want to eat pussy because it was unconservative.
Yeah, that is the weird thing with the more conservative people who are weird.
No, yeah, this was like the first I've ever fucking heard about that.
Oh no, I've heard about it before. Like, it's a lot of black men do not want to
What
eat
the shit? I mean, it doesn't have teeth. It's not gonna fucking bite you. I promise.
No, because like they view it as being submissive, and anything submissive to them is gay.
That's why I only have sex with manly men.
Hey, listen, if I can stick my dick in it, I can stick my fucking tongue in it, okay?
This is a god-awful conversation.
This really gone off the rails.
But yeah, it is a weird thing. I think it was mostly with black men. It's where they view eating vagina as being gay or submissive, or really submissive, and therefore submissive being gay. And it goes even weirder.
Yeah, that's
than
really
that.
weird.
I did a whole video on it with
Really?
with a bunch of different things that black men think is gay, like wiping your ass is gay to them.
Oh, that's
What?
nasty. What?
Oh, trust me, you have no
People
idea
actually
what.
think like that?
Well,
There are some
gentlemen,
pretty bad
welcome to this show.
opinions.
You'll lose as much brain cells as you
Oh,
gain.
let me see if I can find
God.
my old video on this. I have an old video.
I just came in right when it talked about fucking wiping ass being gay.
Oh my god.
Oh, if it makes you feel any better,
You missed a
never
lot.
mind. Yeah, never mind.
Well,
This
not
shit-
really. I was listening to a lot of this
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
over on my phone with an
trust me,
earbud
if
in.
you go down the weird rabbit holes of what some black people believe in the rural or
But-
in the
Good
hood,
Lord.
it's just crazy. Especially the ones that follow this kind of bastardized version of Islam,
Jeez, that's oh my god.
which gets really bad because, like, one thing that I heard. So this was from an old interview way back when, but it was really, really bizarre in concept and just weird. So it follows Islamic belief that, when women are on their period, they're filthy, so you cannot deal with them, basically.
Mhm.
It's not just Islam. It's like Judaism as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I'm feeling that Islam is more prominent with that in this day and age. But the whole point being is that the hood version of that is that the woman may also be punished upon that because they choose to have the period.
What?
It gets worse.
And,
It
and
gets
could you
worse.
restate that for me? What?
Basically, like I said, in some parts of the hood in the US, especially the black hoods, they have this bizarre mesh of their own version of Islam. I mean, remember, Muhammad Ali,
Yeah,
I think he was a
Tyson at
Muslim,
some
but not
point,
really. But the whole point being is that you go into some very bizarre beliefs that are forming in the American black communities. And one of them, which, like I mentioned, is based on Islam. And one of the weird things is, once again, women are unclean when they have their periods. Okay, that's very Islamic or Middle Eastern original faith logic. But then there's the additional logic that you may also, beat your woman because she's choosing to have a period. And it's this
Wow.
is beyond
And
lack
people
of
said,
education.
and people say that normie cons are fucking sexist pigs.
My God.
Anyways,
I
I have my video up here.
Outlaw, before you play that video, if you want to see the most bizarre shit out there, look for black supremacist Twitter accounts.
I
Yeah.
do have one thing to add about the whole surrogacy thing. I don't know if you want me to say it now or after
Go
this
ahead.
video.
Just say it now.
Yeah, say it.
Okay, so I've been thinking about you guys talking about it, and something just came to my mind. It's not human trafficking; it's more like babysitting. Agreed upon babysitting. This third party, that being this woman who you're doing business with, she's just doing it inside her belly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know,
I
by
mean,
that logic, it'd be like hiring someone for house sitting, except they build all of your Kia furniture as they stay there as well. But anyways,
Anyways,
yeah,
we have the video up.
before you get into the video,
Oh.
Outlaw, I just wanted to say,
Yeah, I want to say something too.
have a look at black supremacist Twitter accounts. So you probably already know the crazy ones, we was cons and all
think
of
it's
that
we was
bullshit, and we
kangs.
invented
We was
everything.
kings.
I
Kang.
don't know how it is. I don't speak black. But anyways,
It's
or
pronounced
that they invented everything and so on. The usual stuff. Of course, unfortunately, this also shows the downside of AI, because a lot of black people are falling for very cheaply made AI images that AI historical images just showing that like London
Yeah.
in the 1800s was 100% black.
Yeah.
But
what was
anyways,
that? The 100%
I
Mongols.
was making the joke that it was 100% black populace. The white man.
Oh yeah, the we kings or
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
that's not
no.
the black supremacist crowd I'm talking about. Once you get deep enough, you find the really, really weird shit where there's a whole fate of black people that believe that black people used to have wings and have magic, and somehow white people food got rid of their wings and magic, and that the black people used to be green.
Oh yeah. Hey, do you remember
I have
Chabal?
I have no clue where the fuck the green skin comes from.
Yeah, I don't either. Are
I
they
can
saying
see the
that they
fairies,
were
I can
the
see the
original
magic.
lizard people?
No, it has nothing to do with the lizard people. They believed that they were fairies or something like that. I don't know.
I feel like that there's a Grinch or Shrek joke in the works here.
Yeah.
This is not me making a joke.
Okay,
argument
so this
against
was the argument series was trying to say for the
Every
sex.
argument against surrogacy is sexist because that is saying that men are inferior parents, and that is sexist. Okay.
Oh,
I will-
okay.
I will say there is that weird argument that that men are inferior, that conservatives seem to have, because whatever. That the men
That
are
was
somehow
very
inferior.
weird thing that Steven Crowder was saying, like right before his divorce, was him saying that he's just basically a piece of furniture with arms and hair or just some shit like that. It's like, no, I mean, you already mentioned about both males and females like defying their own stereotypes as far as what kind of parentage that they can provide, but stereotypically, on average speaking, both genders are required to complement each other in the full parental package of kids. So
that is a great way of putting it. I like that. Yes, and I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my whole idea is that I think there can be switching in the sense of who's more nurturing, who's more assertive, or whatever the case is. It's like it's a matter of being able to adjust to the situation. Like, quite frankly, we already do that depending on what people we're with. We adjust how we act when we're around family, when we're around friends, or when we're around our coworkers or bosses. Like, I think you can adjust how you would act with your child as well.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, what it comes down to, like I said, the good cop, bad cop thing. It doesn't matter who, as long as you have that balance.
I found a video.
Yeah.
I mean, we could. I think it would complement what Z was trying to say earlier about some of the weird shit.
Wait.
Well, before that, I wanted to play my video.
Yeah.
I want you to
go
talk
ahead.
about. Is it about surrogacy?
No, it's about the we was kangs and shit thing.
Yeah,
I have a really quick question about surrogacy before we
Go ahead.
get off topic. So people that complain about gay people getting a surrogate mother, do they complain about the same thing if, say, a straight couple the female is unfortunately unable to produce baby, give birth.
There are those people who are the more consistent like that, who will say against all surrogacy.
Oh, okay. But
it's more so disdain towards homosexual surrogacy.
okay, so there are those that would say that the straight couple are allowed to do it.
No, there are some that will say that straight couple is allowed to do it, but there are still, I think, more so consistent for the most part. In the sense that they shouldn't.
It's unnatural. Or
not so much in the sense, I think, of that is if the woman's infertile, they'll say they can't use another woman's eggs or for surrogacy or something. I don't know. It's
okay.
Usually they're against it more consistently.
Okay.
But there are some who don't have that consistency.
All right. Just wanted to get y'all's opinion on that.
Anyways,
so this is the video that is joking on.
Oh, this is my old video from years back. Of
mine's in the chat.
Anyways, I'll have a play. Hopefully, you guys can hear it.
Damn, this was made fun.
Can you hear it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I made this 5 years ago. Jeez, it's old.
Man, I miss classic Rational Outlaw.
Yeah.
Howdy, y'all. My name is Rational.
Oh,
We're gonna have.
Oh, wow.
The roots.
Oh, look
Specifically,
at that.
What things are considered gay or feminine?
What were you saying?
I still,
I was
man,
gonna
look
say-
at baby face Rational. Oh man.
I was also just gonna say
This was
puts us into
pre-furry.
us. What puts us into us? We're gonna have to watch it after your video.
Okay.
Feminine, at least according to them.
Professional skinny person, Wiz Khalifa, says something about how straight
What?
men should not eat bananas.
Professional skinny
I
person.
feel like you gotta break the banana in half. Pause, but like
Because doing that is something straight men shouldn't do, because a banana is a phallic symbol, and straight men, phallic symbol, you know the rest. And so this got me thinking of all the things that I've heard that straight men should not do, because if men did these things, we would be somehow less manly. Eat lollipops, eat kale, eat salads.
Okay, all three of
Whoa,
those
whoa,
things
whoa,
are-
kale.
The first thing I can understand because that's a child's thing. The last two things is like, what?
Yeah, kale increases your testosterone, so fuck that.
And not to mention,
Well, men eat
I'll eat a salad that is
kale.
like fully loaded with either steak or chicken, depending on what I'm in the mood for.
Yeah, exactly.
lollipops and salads.
Do yoga, do intricate dances with women, do intricate dances with men.
Okay, yeah, the yoga thing is kind of gay. And the intricate dances with the man.
Yoga's actually
that also
extremely
kind of
important.
sounds gay. However, it still depends on what kind of dances. And the dancing with the women, not really. But again, I think it would depend on the dances.
Dance, generally.
There are a lot of men who just dance in general.
Be too happy.
And be
Be
rather
too openly
goofballs about it
depressed.
too.
See a therapist. Be a therapist.
Oh god.
Cry.
Be
I
Monday.
guess I'm
Would
I guess
anyone-
I'm gay now. Because I've seen a therapist plenty of times.
Hell,
And
I
yoga?
haven't.
Yoga's
Not
actually
not
extremely
yoga,
important.
just
No, but
No,
I'm
and-
just
and-
saying.
and crying too apparently.
I mean, yeah, I do cry like a bitch. So, I should have watched the Titanic that one time.
I mean, I guess it depends on how much you cry and what you're crying over. If you're crying
That's a
about
good
like
point.
you lost you lost a fellow companion in arms or something like that, and you're a military member or something. Your grandpa, who you like did everything with, just died. Yeah, I mean, cry about that.
Anyways,
Yeah,
let's continue.
I would say
Cry.
like.
How the
Sorry, go ahead.
would anyone think that's gay? Nothing about those are gay, feminine, or unmanly.
Have too many female friends.
That's
Have
the
too
gay
many male
man.
friends. Have friends who happen to be women that you are not interested in having sex with.
Having too many female friends, yeah, that's kind of gay. But having too many male friends, no, not at all. As for having female friends that you're not interested in having sex with, I don't know.
Ride a bike.
That's not gay.
I know you-
Wait, so technically, Hugh Hefner was gay then.
Gay at all.
I know eating probably seems counterintuitive on this list, but I've heard in my travels that there are people who believe that if you eat, then you'll put anything in your mouth. And in this context, anything could be a dick.
I don't think I've heard that.
What?
And I don't think really.
Well,
anyone considers
wait,
that
pause,
gay.
pause. So does that mean that to anybody, that the people who like eat pussy, does that mean that they'll even put sewage water in their mouth?
Oh,
Well, that is
I'm
the
a goddamn
logic.
plumber. I've had both in my mouth.
Well, not that you willfully like drink it. I hope not, anyways.
Well, they both don't taste well. I can confirm that.
Okay, so that's because the female doesn't know how to clean herself properly.
Hey, you need higher standards with that.
Okay. Anyways, let's continue.
The only thing I consider that to be is disgusting because, well, I'm gay and I just don't like vaginas.
Have friends who happen to be gay. Maybe not have friends who happen to be gay, but just not hate or feel threatened by gay men.
I don't know. Maybe it depends. If they're pretty flamboyant, maybe, but not feeling threatened, I don't think so.
Wear jeans that fit too snug. Wear jeans that fit too loose.
I could see where wearing tight
Okay.
jeans might be considered gay, but I know so many men that have or do wear tight jeans that I don't think it really is. As for
Okay.
wearing jeans that are too loose,
I'll
have you
admit
seen
that I am
gangsters?
bugged by. I'll admit that I am bugged by a dude who wears skinny jeans, but jeans that are too loose. I mean,
Well, I mean, I've lost a lot of weight, so a lot of my old jeans are kind of,
it's,
Oh,
I mean,
sorry, Pussa,
that
you're
just
gay
means that
now.
the person. That just means that the person is into a fad. They're trying to impersonate the Bee Gees.
Or
Oh,
they're
no.
just trying to be gangsta.
Yeah.
I mean, unless that pants was sold at a really big discount, you shouldn't be wearing them.
Be too fashionable. Exfoliate. Have a regular skin regimen.
Yep, all that's kind of
Don't
gay.
take care
But
of
for
yourself.
Oh, that's to be fair. It is kind of gay in the sense that almost no
Yeah,
statement do it.
Apparently, if you have like a very nasty scar on your face, you should never moisturize that, or else you're gay.
Oh no, I definitely think people should take care of that. But like, I don't think I know many straight men who outwardly go for it unless they have like a skin condition of some sort. Or they have
Oh,
a
we
lot of acne.
moisturize? Yeah, I do it once every couple days, but not.
But like heavily doing it, I think most don't.
I live in
Personally-
the north, so during winter I have to.
Yeah,
No, I
I
definitely
mean,
understand.
I
But
will
is it
admit-
actually going to make you gay? No, it's not.
I
But
will
in this
admit
sense-
that my chin has been rubbed kind of dry before because of shaving too often. So therefore, eventually, I had to put on moisturizer, or else it'd be like crusty as the Sahara Desert. But
Yep.
Anyways, my whole thing is when I would consider it in the sense of more of a gay thing to do is with there are some gay men who will just so constantly do all sorts of products of taking care of the skin. I don't even do that.
yeah.
So
Yeah. But if you put the cucumbers on your eyes and wear that face mask and wear a turban on
that's
your head,
gay.
yeah, that's gay.
turban.
Anyways, continue.
that towel
Fashionable,
thing
it-
on your head.
could depend a little bit,
Wiping your ass too thoroughly.
but for fashionable, it
What?
could depend
Oh!
a little bit.
So I'm
Like
supposed
your-
to
Oh, there
comes the
embrace the
heart.
fucking racing stripes?
Hey, there's a way
Are you
to
fucking
get
kidding
out
me?
of it. As it said, showering too much, so you can thoroughly get rid of the shit. But it's a loophole.
Oh, jeez.
This is one of the worst
Apparently
things ever.
Apparently, I'm
Oh, who the thinks that's gay? That's just proper hygiene. I
You're
have
not
never heard
supposed-
anyone
You're not supposed to push the paper towels up your butt.
Oh, jeez.
saying that wiping your ass is gay.
Get a colonoscopy. Get a prostate exam. Basically, if you
What?
want to
Screw your
be
health.
sure on the whole
Isn't
man,
the prostate exam
stay away
supposed to be preventing yourself or mitigating the possibility of prostate cancer? I mean,
See-
I think for you to try and avoid that shit so that you can continue to have sex with chicks healthily, that's pretty opposite of gay, actually.
Anyways,
It's totally straight to get prostate cancer.
Again, I think this is mostly within black communities, mostly with black men.
Oh, my lord.
I don't
the hell
think this
is
is so
teaching
much
these
against
people?
with other. I don't think this is with more white Hispanics or Asians. I think this is again mostly with black men.
And I would guess that it's like a very small minority. I mean, maybe the
I should hope so.
Maybe it's more often seen with black people than with any other race, but I still think as the general entire black community that even then it's still like a freaking minority, because I have never come across any type of bullshit like this.
Yeah.
But either way, it's funny to listen.
It is.
Oh
And all
boy, I
aspects
feel
of
like
the
we're
ass,
gonna
so stay
kill
away.
Dark
All those
in the
things-
next video.
I don't think are considered gay.
Get
Pause.
married. Stay single.
Wait, to get married? Damned if you do, damned if you don't, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But he just said that like it's basically anything to do with ass. Do y'all remember like Roosh V saying that liking a girl's butt is a gateway to being gay?
Oh,
That's
I mean,
just-
some
that's
men
what-
do have good asses, so maybe he has a point.
See, that's what. Oh god. Gay.
Hey, I'm just saying, I've seen Genji's ass from Overwatch, you know?
I thought you would have preferred to have chosen Tom Holland and the fact that he has an ass over what's her name, Brie Larson.
Putza, you are known as a flaming straight.
A flaming straight.
Yep, you are totally comfortable with your sexuality, that you have no problem pointing out when a man is good looking or not.
Okay.
So what you're saying, he's an honorary
Well,
gay.
it's more that I'm admiring them. I don't want to fuck it, you know. Like it's the
Well,
way
that's
like
what
how
I'm
you admire
referring
a black bear.
I like how this
Black
fucking
bear's like
stream
a
started
Zodiac
with us
bear.
talking about
It's
Joe
a
Biden not
dangerous
being
animal,
able
but
to.
you don't want to fuck it.
Oh,
What did you say, Z?
Okay,
I was just saying I'm still impressed that this whole stream started us with talking about Joe Biden dropping out of the race.
Yeah. How the fuck did we come all the way to this?
Because Joe
Well,
Biden's gay.
I mean, maybe
guess.
after the video I said we watched, we can go on the assassination attempt.
I
I
mean-
didn't want to talk about that.
Maybe Joe is gay. I mean, did you guys see the clip of where that he's like stroking the forearm of this one black dude whose hand?
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was weird.
Okay, well, let's be
Yeah.
honest, guys. Can a dimension person be straight?
Anyways, let's continue.
things I don't think are considered gay.
Get married. Stay single.
Okay, that kind of sounds like MGTOW. There are millions of people who get married, so how is that considered gay by anyone?
Be not into sports. Be too into sports. Be into the wrong sports.
I haven't heard it.
What is the wrong sports?
Ping pong.
This
Golf, I
has
would
to be
assume.
a
Probably
parody.
Probably tennis or ice skating. Yeah,
golf,
ice skating.
I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
think.
If you're a dude
Well-
who's into ice skating, maybe that's what they're thinking of.
Yeah, ice skating hasn't been the same since Yuri on Ice. So
I don't know. Hockey is pretty badass.
No.
That's the only sport where you're allowed to fight.
hockey. Hockey is different from ice skating, from like a figure skating, is what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Well.
Anyways, let's continue.
Anyone say that not being into sports is gay, and especially not being too into sports. As for being into the wrong sports, maybe.
Wear short shorts. Wear shorts that sag. Wear shorts that fit.
Wearing shorts.
What?
that fit
This
on
has to be a
fit.
joke.
Yes,
no-
again,
this
this
has
is
to
what
be-
this guy's heard within with straight men. I'm assuming mostly black men because
Yeah.
he's black. And again, I don't think this is with majority of men. I think this is mostly going to be within black male communities.
Okay. Wearing sagging shorts, again, gangsters. Wearing short shorts, yeah, that's gay.
Have long hair. Date a woman who has short hair.
I can see having the long hair thing, but dating a woman that has short hair, how?
Suggest that men
It
who
depends on what kind of. It depends on what kind of long hair that you have. Are you rocking like a Rocky or Rambo style mullet? No. If you're having like a freaking hair metal style of haircuts, maybe.
Oh, who's the actor of Prince of Bel-Air?
Will Smith?
Yeah, Will Smith. So Will Smith's gay.
Does he have long hair now?
No. His wife doesn't have any hair.
Oh,
Ah.
Yeah.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
He's gay now because his wife has alopecia.
And not only that, he actually defended his woman. So that's also gay.
Yeah,
All the
he's
while-
definitely cooked.
All the while she was cheating on him.
No.
Ouch.
It was an open relationship.
Yeah, it only became open
Wait.
after she told it on live television.
Okay, so
Yeah.
apparently chivalry is gay. According to
Just
this.
that men who commit
Right here.
crimes against women receive appropriate legal consequences.
Almost no one thinks that.
Drink water.
What the fuck? I was thinking,
Breathing air.
Look, I know that there are like some blue collar style men that act like a whole bunch of idiots with their health, to where they do nothing but smoke all day, drink beer, and eat cheeseburgers with very little like fruits, vegetables, and water. But that doesn't mean that being a healthy man is gay.
Again, it's this weird thing.
water considered gay. You've got to be pulling half this stuff out of your ass. The only other thing I can think of is how you got that these things are considered gay is specifically because of your black community. Maybe.
Anyways, I think that was all of the points
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
had.
That
It's
was
not
a
half
comedic
bad,
riot.
honestly, despite the video being 5 years old.
That was a comedic riot. Thanks for the share there, Rash.
Yeah.
Even though it was kind of
Oh,
cancerous
you
at
are.
points.
Yeah,
not
like I sent
prepared
a
for
video link. Oh, here it is.
No, I had it ready. Boo.
You want to share it, Phil?
Yes. Also, don't say
Alright.
my name, you fool.
Black history be like 66 trillion years ago, the tribe of Shabazz was the only surviving tribe of 13 that resided on Earth after a rogue scientist blew up the planet, splitting off the moon. Migrating to Egypt briefly, they would then settle in the Islamic holy city of Mecca, developing a technologically advanced society. But a group of citizens led by Shabazz himself traveled to empty Central Africa to harden their group and develop features. The tribe is said to have reached its peak in the year 4084 BC, but Shabazz would not be the most famous member of the tribe. That honor goes to Yaqub, the creator of the white race. Born in Mecca, Yaqub was born with an extremely large head, which gave him unmatched intelligence. Discovering the law of attraction from playing with magnets, he theorized he could create new people who could attract.
I just like to point out this is all done for, of course, comedic reasons. But I've seen people unironically believe this.
Yep. We live in stupid
Others
times.
with lies and deceit to rule over the original black man. Exhausting the knowledge of Meccan universities at age 18, Yaqub discovered that a black man had a separate black and brown germ. With 59,999 followers, he went to the Isle of Pelan, modern-day Patmos, establishing a dictatorial regime in which black traits were bred out through a eugenics program, in which blacker-skinned babies were killed, but lighter-skinned babies were allowed to live. After 200 years, he would create the brown race. Yaqub would die at the age of 150 years old, but his followers continued his work, eventually creating the red and yellow races, until after 600 years, the white race was born. The brutal conditions made this race evil by nature, born with an innate desire to lie and murder black people. The white race would travel to Mecca, where they would wreak havoc and mayhem on the population. They were exiled to Europe, where Meccan soldiers would patrol the border to prevent the devils from crossing. The whites would further degenerate into barbarism, living naked and eating raw meat. A man named Moses would teach them to wear clothes and try to civilize them. When he gave up, he blew up 300 of the worst white people with dynamite. The whites, however, had by this point learned tricknology, using trickery and lack of empathy to usurp power and enslave the black race, bringing the first slaves to America. Some whites realized they were evil and tried to go back to being black, but with nothing to go by, they instead became guerrillas. Yaqub's
jumped a
progeny
few
would
centuries.
usher in a period
We're
of
jumping all
violence
over
and
the timeline
misery.
here.
The white race, starting in 1914, would rule for 6,000 years until the original black people regained world dominance. While white people would commit many atrocities, none would be more famous than the Finno-Korean Hyperwar, an event well documented on the Master of Frofulness channel. You can watch by clicking the link in the pinned comment.
That was
This is something else now, but for the most
Jeez,
part of
wow.
this, I've seen people unironically believe this shit, which is horrifying.
Lord.
I will give this. It sounds like a pretty epic storyline. In fact, it's almost tempting to make a very corny B movie about.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, as long as Samuel Jackson plays Jacob or.
So many humans are gullible.
He got his face.
In the beliefs of the Nation of Islam, Yaqub was a black scientist who lived 6,600 years ago and began the creation of the white race whites. He is said to have done this through a form of selective breeding which is referred to as grafting, while he was living on the island of Patmos. The Nation of Islam's theology states that Yaqub is the biblical Jacob. The story has caused disputes within the Noi during its history. Under its current,
I just like to point out that this is 2 years ago, and instantly the first suggestion is the story and real history of Jacob by Owen. I think we're going down the bad side of YouTube.
We're going
Did we click on that? Because it also has Mr. Beast in the fucking thumbnail.
Under Louis Farrakhan, the Noi continues to assert that the story of Yaqub is true, claiming that modern science is consistent with it. The story of Yaqub originated in the writings of Wallace Fard Muhammad, the founder of the Nation of Islam, in his.
Let's just see if this book is real. If this is just.
Am I not the only one who thinks that Jacob sounds like Jacob? That sounds like that somebody's yakking.
Yeah.
Can someone just read to me the book title that's on screen, because I've already forgotten.
Jacob, the father of the white race.
It is real. It's currently for sale on Amazon US for $15.
Is it a parody book?
No.
God.
Oh,
it's not it's a real book. It's a serious book.
Maybe I should write a bunch of these shit books and see if I can just.
I keep telling my mother if she wants to be successful, she has to run a cult. For fuck's sakes, Goodreads. What's this from 2016? It's a Reddit post. Today I learned the Nation of Islam believed that white people were invented as an evil. I am new to Islam and am confused on how the white race is viewed. How did the Prophet Jacob create white people? This is in r/Islam. What have we found?
Doctrinal Q&A pamphlet Lost Found Muslim Lesson Number 2. It was developed by his successor Elijah Muhammad in several writings, most fully in a chapter, entitled The Making of Devil in his book Message to the Black Man in America. Yaqub is said to have been born in Mecca at a time when 30% of original black people were dissatisfied. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you.
I just like to point out, I'm going to show, this is the actual, remember, Amazon.
Really? That rating is 4.4. Holy shit.
That's what I was about to point out.
Well,
The
it's
Book of
only
Jacob,
83 votes.
Father of the Caucasian people.
So this is a
That one
fucking-
has 4.5 out of 5 star from 235. Jacob, the father of the white devil race. That only has 10, but you still see. Oh boy. You weren't prepared for this shit when we started with Joe Biden, now did we?
You may recognize this man. His name is Yaqub, or Yaqub, or Yaqub, or Yaqub, or Yaqub. He lived 6,000 years ago, and if you are white, he is your father. Not only that, you're also Greek, but we'll get to that. Yaqub, as we know him, first appeared in the writings of Wallace Fard Muhammad, the founder of the Nation of Islam, simplified as the NOI, or Noi, which is an offshoot of mainstream Islam with a focus on black nationalism, and was expanded upon by his successor Elijah Muhammad, most specifically in his chapter Making of Devil in his 1965 book Message to the Black Man in America, which outlines the role of Yaqub in making the white devil race. To get the full picture of Yaqub, I would like to share his life story with you. Although the following story is not the same as the original story outlined by the Noi, as it expands upon a few extra plot elements such as the nature of Yaqub's origin.
So this is just an offshoot of Muslims? Or Islam? It's just an offshoot?
It's more than what's this? This is what the Dune and Warhammer lore sounds like. Tricknology sounds like something from a South Park episode making fun of pimps.
Yep.
I heard this story from my deeply entrenched uncle who was a black Israelite. Always thought he was fucking with me. My dude experienced so much racism. He wrote sci-fi and believed it was real. Well, that basically summarized Scientology.
Yep.
It's like 60% pulp science fiction, 20% Mormonism, and 20% distilled racism. The 1960s were rife with stuff like this, but few examples have such amusing world building. Time to start a religion where Zeno and Jacob are part of the same pantheon.
You know, that actually makes sense that it started in the 1960s. A lot of
Although
psychedelics.
Scientology started in the 50s.
Yeah. Wait, it started that far back?
Yes. Yo, my boy Jacob lost his dad due to black on black violence. Literally just got an ad trailer for the American Society of Magical Negroes. This is a sign of Jacob wanting me to review bomb the movie. By the way, if y'all don't know what the fuck the American Society of Magical Negroes is, it's arguably the most racist film to be made in decades.
Yep.
Like, it's really bad.
Yeah.
More racist
Was
than
it ever
the
funny though?
more racist than the space movie of 1996.
Yes.
I think it was 1996, anyways.
And it was 90s. Close enough. What do we got over here? 100 things you didn't know were invented by black people. Episode 1. This is from Black Journals.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we already got the traffic light in the first thing, which is incorrect.
Oh, it was actually 92. Never mind.
Well, I said 90s. So you got it
Anyways,
close enough.
we can go on to the Trump thing now if you'd like.
Sure.
So I'll just share this tab just to get a general sharing. So there we go. So any thoughts about the whole situation with the shooting and anything at all?
We need to dismantle the United States government. It is too far gone. It is so corrupt. I guarantee you it's the same people that assassinated Kennedy.
Well, sorry you had to hear that, but it's the truth. Anyway, give me a second. I nearly choked on something. That's why I was trying to joke. Yeah.
It was the government.
Yeah, they heard me talking about it and they tried to strangle me. I don't think they hired the guy. Yeah, I think they would have sent somebody more professional, but I do think that they sat back and tried to let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, there's a really funny joke going around. Apparently, the Secret Service at least knew for 3 minutes, and apparently the police knew for 5 minutes that he was there. I mean, a lot of people, even in the crowd, could see him. And one of the official responses from the Secret Service was, it was dangerous to go and get him because he was on a slope roof. And so,
that was absolute BS.
So there's a meme, and it's like the Secret Service and their Anakin, and then the shooter is
I saw that
one. It's over, Secret Service. I have the slope ground.
Now, to be fair, something that adds credence that somebody knew something was going on, so somewhere somebody's lying that there's no evidence that he was planning this, is that for the entire week before the shooting, a certain company was short, what you call it? Not short stacking, that's only else. Short changing? What? Where you sell stocks in a rapid
shorting?
Yeah, I guess shorting, whatever it's called. Basically Trump's stocks, and this is by an agency that's majority owned by BlackRock, and George Soros is.
Mm-hmm.
Someone was making a ton of money off of Trump the entire week before
Yeah.
he got shot.
Not just that, but the fact that supposedly law enforcement can't get into his phone, which is impossible. There's no way. It doesn't make any sense, and the fact that he doesn't have any social media, I guarantee you it was wiped clean by someone high up.
And when it comes to the social media thing, I've seen stuff around. Not everyone has a social media presence in this day and age.
I mean, to a certain extent, yes. I mean, but you don't have anything. You're not subscribed to anything, and I'm not just talking about social media. I'm talking about like having a membership to Home Depot or something. Just everything that I've heard about this doesn't add up, and it's shady as fuck. And you know, our government has just this long history of shady shit, and I just don't trust them. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fuck.
I don't know if I personally have anything more to add that I haven't already said in my recent live stream commentating about the whole thing. Hashtag shill, by the way. So a few days ago, it was like
I
the
forgot
last.
to mention that one.
Huh?
Uncle Sam down here just commented the shooter was in a BlackRock ad.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
But according to some people who tracked down the whole thing with BlackRock, actually it's not all too surprising. And the reason why it's not all too surprising is not because of some grand conspiracy. It's because BlackRock really likes to make stupid, annoying videos in high school. So they basically have a single video done in almost every high school in the area.
Yeah. Well, and I did see some...
And they do this just for literally for advertising. Like somebody who is in Pennsylvania, somewhere between where the shooter comes from and where the Trump rally was staying, where they told that BlackRock had done some stupid thing at their school, and now their school has these stupid trays advertising BlackRock on them. Lunch trays for when they have school lunch, but that's the point.
Yeah. Isn't BlackRock like a private military company, or I'm thinking Blackwater?
No, they're just this mega corporation that has convinced the billionaires. Basically, they're, how do you describe it?
They buy land.
It's not that they buy land. One of the things
They do that.
is that they buy houses, which unfortunately screws over the housing market for us. Their main thing is that they can predict stocks and so on, and in my opinion, they found a way to bullshit their way through it.
They manipulate the stocks is what it really is.
I think rather than active manipulation, much rather what they've done is that they've just convinced people to the point where they can predict where stocks are going. So that's how they manipulate it. Anyways, it doesn't matter. They're, as usual, a mega sized private Wall Street corporation that's just screwing us over in every aspect out there.
Yep, deliberately.
There's been a lot of fantastic memes about this shooting. Have you guys seen the anime one?
I'm shocked at how fast people were pushing out these memes.
I want the Chinese keychain that I found.
It's because of that Trump pose right after he stood back up.
Pressure mounts on Secret Service agency had denied requests for extra Trump security. Well, yeah, I mean, they also denied a request by Robert. What's his name? Robert Kennedy Jr.
Fuck.
What?
Honestly, he needs to drop the Secret Service and hire a third party, a professional third party. I don't trust the Secret Service after this.
I'm trying to get the video. Hold on, guys.
Now I just remember the whole thing that I wanted to bring up. That's a bit late.
What is it?
Oh, just the whole thing about the debate where, like, yeah, everyone was so focused on Joe Biden being so fucking shit, to put it lightly.
Yeah.
But then we all kind of ignored that at the same time, Robert... Once again, I cannot for the life of me remember his initials. Robert Kennedy Jr., wasn't it?
Yeah, he's the son of Robert Kennedy.
Yeah, I know he's a junior. Or Robert Jr.,
Got this
whatever.
video from Putza. I think this will be our ending video. So
Okay. I'll set it up on the side. But the whole point of what I was trying to say is he had a separate stream where he artificially inserted himself into debate, and he had his own moderator, which the one tweet that I saw about the moderator of that debate was that someone said that he looks like a guy who has schizophrenia who killed the moderator and stole his suit. Which he looks like it. I mean, did we completely forget that Robert Kennedy Jr. is missing a part of his brain?
No, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, worm ate his brain.
No, it gets a worm ate a part of his brain.
Yeah.
God, nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
Nothing bad ever happened to the Kennedys.
Oh, did you see Destiny's Meltdown after this?
Yep.
I did not see his meltdown, but what I've rather seen is that for some reason he's made a weird obsession to try to insult the dead firefighter.
Yeah, I think he's a businessman in the sense if you look at his rhetoric when he goes on something professional, like a major news corporation, he'll smile and not say anything offensive, but on his streams, he'll start calling everybody retarded and being as
I would have to disagree with you on that one, Putza. Rather, the way that I see it was put best by what's his name, Possum Reviews. Possum Reviews has been getting more political as time goes on, but I mean, I agree with most of his stuff. Anyways, he best put it that
from a right wing or left wing perspective.
He's definitely way more right wing.
Okay, because I know that YMS has been getting more political from a left wing perspective.
YMS is Canadian. What did you expect?
Anyways, Possum Reviews. What about him?
Nothing. That he was just pointing out of how Destiny just shares the belief that a lot of popular left-wingers do. The issue is that Destiny has no ability to shut up because he keeps doing it over and over again. And even when it comes to Newstein, as you mentioned, Putza, he doesn't shut up.
Yeah.
That's the one flaw with your logic. He doesn't shut up when he's talking to news. In fact, there's a whole thing with Piers Morgan where Destiny makes Piers Morgan look like a very good person, and I dislike Piers Morgan on many things.
Well,
Especially
here's the thing that I find most hypocritical about the guy. So if you could be one of his supporters and go to a Trump rally, all right? And if you get shot, he wouldn't care. But you can go home and fuck his wife, but apparently that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. The one thing that I do want to say about Destiny is that I actually am okay with him saying the stuff that he said, because if I was against what he was saying, I would be a hypocrite. And I do my very best to not be a hypocrite, because I think hypocrites are the worst people in the world. Because I would definitely say the same thing about Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough. Anyways, I think we'll end with the video that Putza gave us. Did you want to share it, Z, or should I?
I have it ready over here.
Okay.
我が心と行動に一点の曇りなし。すべてが正義だ。
No, notice that he isn't forcing the butt into his shoulder.
一体何のつもりなんだ。遺体はこのバレンタインのことをついてる。No, I'll admit.
What the fuck
I have
is this?
no idea what they were saying in that.
Okay, that guy scared the shit out of me. I thought this was
This
just
is
a
literally what you
quote.
send me, Putza.
Oh, I didn't know about this later half. I thought it was just okay. Fuck.
Shall we continue?
I don't know. We're treading on some deep water.
But that cartoon is pretty badass. It shows how the world feels about the United States, President Trump.
Okay. Ooh, all right.
Stay frosty, my friends.
Okay, damn, that scared the hell. That guy jumped. Scared me.
Anyways, I think we'll end it there for today. We've been on for nearly 2 hours. Any other final comments just to say really quickly?
I do. After the assassination attempt, the fact that so many people on the far left are either encouraging it or happy about it, whether you like it or not, we are officially at war. You have Americans who are so deranged that they are okay with killing the other opponent's candidate. We are at war, and we all got to stay frosty.
Okay.
I hate to say it.
Well, something that I did kind of pondered a bit is, well, I am starting to see some legitimate pushback in the culture. I mean, more celebrities now are endorsing or on the side of Trump. There is some legitimate pushback with that like Hogwarts stuff that went on a couple months ago. And not only was that, but with Destiny and Jack Black, some of them are even starting to get canceled. So
yep.
I am actually starting to sense a bit of a pendulum swing a bit. So who knows what's going to happen?
Dark?
Oh, it's this Project Liberal. I mean, free speech absolutely makes edgy jokes. Ban him.
Yeah.
Let me fix that for you, babe. Oh, free speech. I think you should be murdered. And then that awkward as fuck stream.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
I'm trying to
Dark,
find the
did you have a
exact
comment?
thing that he...
Me? I'm next?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't...
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's a wonderful picture of Destiny. And Possum Review gives people who look like this want to kill you. And it's also where he posted where.
I just want to say that I don't agree yet with the idea that we are like at war, but everybody on the right definitely arm up and take the defense, at least, as my take on that as far as the Trump assassination and the aftermath of it goes. I will definitely say fuck Destiny if he's gonna be taking this toxic attitude about all this apathy, practically thinking that conservatives who support Trump are undeserving of the right to life. Or I mean, I hope that he changes back from the.
I mean, this version of Destiny wouldn't have defended Kyle Rittenhouse, but whatever. He's
probably
changed.
Would have or would not have.
Would not have. If anything, he would grab the gun and try to kill him.
That's the funny thing about it, is because he repeatedly kept on making takes about how that the fact that Kyle Rittenhouse was pro Blue Lives Matter and was kind of conservative-ish in some of his beliefs does not warrant him being deserving of death, as some far leftists were saying about him. And now Destiny has taken this belief. He was even critical of Vosh, who was actually advocating for just openly shooting Patriot Prayer people and other of right-wing protesters just protesting in the streets. And in fact, as soon as Vosh said that, Destiny's reaction was like, Jesus Christ! And now, about 1.5 years later, he's like one baby step away right now from taking the position of the very evil that he was criticizing.
Well, I mean, I guess his argument is that I don't like evil people, so I'm going to be an evil person. I hope nobody on the right ever kills their child, because I guess I know what the first thing he's going to do.
Well, so he thinks that the right is evil. There are people on the right who think the left are evil. Everyone thinks that the other side is evil. And at this point, I think it's just going to get worse.
Ladies, how about we just let Destiny speak for himself?
Oh no.
Oh no!
You genuinely do hate conservatives, don't you?
Very much so. Like I've moved full on to like the political violence level or the real violence level when it comes to conservative people. Yeah, I think they need to be like excised from my fucking country. I think they are demonstrably fucking evil people by any moral system that most people use. And I just hate them because they tend to destroy the outcomes related to this country, which is what I'm concerned with. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm okay with him saying this because I feel the same way about far lefts.
Well,
once again, people who look like.
Anyways, we're not going to get into that. I think we'll end it here. Z, did you have any comments you wanted to find?
I did have like a couple things to put the cherry on top of what I had to say. Sorry.
Go ahead.
But yeah, my live stream talking about the Trump assassination attempt, I did respond to a little bit of Destiny's debate, 1 versus 10 debate that he had on the assassination attempt, and it was like talking about also the insurrection stuff. If you guys are interested in that, go ahead and check that out. I would really appreciate the support because it's catching up in the algorithm, and I think it might, for a large part, be haters, or at least very easily become a whole bunch of haters. And I also made another video that was talking about the RNC and the fact that they had a pagan lady praying at the RNC and a porn star or OnlyFans model speaking there. If you're interested in that, that's another video you guys can check out.
Did the DNC actually happen, their convention this year? Or did I miss it?
Not sure it happened yet.
Okay.
Did you I would recommend posting a link in Outlaw's Discord to your YouTube channel.
Okay.
You can do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
August 19th is when it's happening. I just looked it up. The DNC, I mean.
Whoever this guy you were showing, what was it, Possum Reviews or something like that, could you post it in your Discord or something, Z, so I can check his stuff out?
Yeah, he mostly does movie reviews.
Okay.
Anyways, I think that'll be it for today.
Just this is the exact tweet that I was trying to find to post. What are your thoughts on this Destiny character? Possum Review says, Destiny's opinions are representative of the left in general. It's just that most of them know what not to say out loud.
Yeah.
They drop the mask when they get excited. Remember when they were cheering on the prospect of red state Americans getting killed in a second civil war? Nice little compilation. Yeah, that's loud.
Wow, that's loud.
Biden only has one real option. It was actually shut up, trade. Joe Biden should send in troops and enforce the Supreme Court ruling Ike sent in the 101st Airborne to Little Rock in 1934 to forcibly integrate a high school per Brown v. Board of Education. And a good old wash post. Tell me when to stop so we can read one. Please, Biden, take the fucking gloves off. Oh god, this is our shot. Wait, isn't this the person that like bullied a literal dying kid for viewing a Steven Universe episode early?
I have no idea. Anyways, I think we'll end it here. Thank you all for watching. Go ahead and support Z Commander if you want to get commission from him later. You can go ahead and follow Dark Khan on his YouTube channel.
And I have one called Mr. Singles, if you're interested.
For puts as well. Do all this, and we'll see y'all later.
Bye, everyone.